Okay. What do we have next? We did UPS, OCGN. What the heck is, see, now I say this all the time. What the heck is OCGN? Anytime I say that, it's usually going to be a no. And it is. Imagine that. OCGN is a no. Litz World Trading Company. Interesting. NextEra. All right. Oops. Pardon. Okay. mRNA, goat cart. Daniel, what's happening? Sentinel-1. S. Never heard of it. Interesting. So Sentinel-1. S. Let's see what it looks like. Come on over to Yahoo Finance. Oh, that's why I've never heard of it. There are no dividends in the selected time period. Imagine that. Okay? Why would you suggest a stock that has no dividends if this is a dividend investing channel? Always boggles my mind. It does, it does. All right. Captain Triage. Did you already cover Intel? Ooh, let's take a look at Intel. I like Intel. INTC. Intel. No. That was quick, wasn't it? When I say it takes 3 to 4 seconds to dissect a chart, 3 to 4 seconds. Watch. High, a low, where was it? Where is it? What's the motion? Up, down, sideways, 2055. Well, it's dropping right here. Okay, that's the close. I'm standing right here. I can see it. You guys are back there. You probably can't see it. So let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, here's the bottom. It shoots up. Remember, 30-day bottom, 30-day top. What happens at a 30-day top? Profit taking. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 down days. It's coming down. Well, you can plainly see that. However, I like Intel. Now, I'm going to guess next week or the week after. So we'll put Intel down for next week. Check it next week and see how progress is pulling back. INTC. All right. So that being said, that's Intel. Are you a day trader? Bruce Lee, good evening, good evening. No, I am not. Till I Fizz, good evening. Are you profitable? Yes, I am. Keep applying the positive mindset. All righty, thank you. Is this audio stuff? I'm not quite what you trade. What is your profession? Options of link. Okay. I'm not following all these questions because some of them are more of statements rather than questions. Okay, so is this audio stuff? I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Seriously, think about it. Is this audio stuff? No, this is investing in dividend stocks. What is my profession? I'm retired. Options, yes. Of link, no idea what that means. Like, what is this? Oh, what? Investing in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week using nothing but pre-qualified dividend stocks. And those are companies that have consistently increased their dividends for more than 20 consecutive years. That's what it is. Quinn, thank you. OnlyFans link. Yep, I got an OnlyFans link just for you. Dude, what's the deal with Wolf Speed? Wolf Speed is not something I trade. I only trade stocks that are consistently profitable for over 2 decades. Wolf Speed ain't there. Sorry. Jesus, that was fast. Thank you, Eliza. Hi from North Korea. Good evening from North Korea. Okay, stay clear. Uh-oh. What the heck happened there? Oh, live access removed. Why is that happening? That's weird. Come on. And let's try this one more time. Live access suspended. You can go live and join a live as a guest starting May 29th. Are you kidding me? What the heck did I say? I got booted. The funny thing is, I'm on TikTok here, I just got booted off, and I'm on TikTok here, and I didn't get booted off. Saying the exact same thing on both screens. Well, imagine that. All right, so let's join live. Let's see if I can do this way. Here we go. And here we go. Whoops. So what's going on there? That's TikTok for you. Absolutely it is, Cindy Lou. Right? Well, it is what it is. Got booted. Imagine that. Not the first time. This is like the third or fourth time I've gotten booted because I said something. Well, I must have offended someone. Oh, I had to boot 2 people off because they were being rude, saying things that just weren't quite right. Haphazard. Yes, I did block you. I don't like it when people do what you did. Now, you did something, so I blocked you. And it was probably you that reported me for some strange reason. So I got booted off. Anyway, besides the point. Let's keep on going. Thingy, warrior. Thingy thing. Okay. I'm Mariana. Oh, Marlena. Cool. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Liam. Hey guys, here's a trick. Invest in a profitable stock for over 20 years. I can't believe nobody thought of that. Oh, Liam. Favorite nuclear weapon? Oh, that's an interesting question. Waste management is a monthly. I don't do monthlies. What did I do? Didn't report you for your information. Thank you. Somebody did. Can you say... Oh, cool. Il sub, please. Okay, Astra, there you go. How did you feel when Japan surrendered? Okay. You have you traded crypto? No. What's your opinion of XRP? No. Bitcoin's at 120. Yeah, probably. Wasn't me? All right. 10 cent. TC, okay, whatever. This stuff you teaching is so complex, brother. Okay, Elias, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but what I am teaching here was created for a 9-year-old little girl. Okay, you saw the video of her. You saw the video of my daughter. She was 9. Okay? Not the brightest bulb on the tree, but I loved her dearly. I did. Why are you so... Okay, thank you there. Sethi Buddy, all right. John Doe. I want to be like those stock investors in the movies. Well, it would really depend on which one you're talking about, because there's a lot of movies. Why do you have that screen behind you with no movement? No movement? I don't know. All right. All right, farmer, thingy. Yep, pardon. Flipper, hey, Flipper, how you doing? All right, where did we leave off? Oh, somebody wants to take a look at 3M. Uh-oh. Okay, Daniel, we looked at Sentinel. It's a no. Matt, we looked at AG&C already. Beto, WM, Waste Management. We already looked at that one. KB, Intel. We already looked at that one. Haphazard, Home Depot. Let's take a look. I love Home Depot and I love Lowe's. A question over here. Uh-oh. I keep accumulating JEPI for dividends on my rollover. Alrighty then. I don't do JEPI. You should take a look at the numbers. Respect what you're doing. Wish you well. Thank you, Haphazard. Thank you very much. Mary June, how are you today? What are you doing over here? Okay, is what it is. Now let's take a look at some Home Depot. Home Depot. No. That was quick, wasn't it? Look at that. 30-day bottom, 30-day top. No. No to Home Depot. Well, let's take a look at Lowe's. LOWS. Lowe's. L-O-W. Nope. Almost the exact same as Home Depot. Look at that. High, low, up, down. No. Keep stepping on that damn wire. Beto. Okay, this is like the third time you asked me about WM. You ready? WM, Waste Management. Monthly. No. Wasn't that quick? You asked for it, I gave it to you. I told you no the first time. All right. Good, safe stock. I own a little of that stock. Okay. Uh-oh. SCHD. I ain't even going to bother with that. Where am I located? In the United States. Planet Earth. AGNC, we already looked at that one. Matt. Haphazard. Oh, so you're over here now. All righty then. DTC Queen, how are you today? How can we view the stock charts like you are doing? Okay, so DTC Queen, this here behind me is live on YouTube, I think. Hold on, let me double check just to make sure. No, it says offline. It says it's offline. All right, anyway, let's keep on doing what we're doing. We only have about 45 minutes left. No sense getting all worked up. Oh, Lumina wants to take a look at Riley. Now, I do own quite a bit of Riley. Here we go. Ooh, Riley dropped again today. Check that out. Interesting. Look at your last 30 days on Riley. Okay, 30 days ago, we're here at 330. The bottom's down here at 265. Shoots up to 380 and then pulls back today to 293. Well, I sold a bunch of the threes, which means it's gonna expire worthless. Ooh, Mary June wants to take a look at Texas Instruments. TXN. Okay. Unfortunately, kiddo, it's going to be a no. Here's your bottom, here's your top, going sideways, and it pulled back. Sorry, no to TXN. Next, MU, Micron. Love Micron. What is it? Everything jumped up. Okay, 30-day bottom, jumps up. Look at the distance. 60 to 100. That's $40. $40 on a $60 stock. Okay, that is over 60%. And yeah, 3 days to the downside. So the high was Monday. Tuesday was lower. Wednesday was lower. Thursday was lower. So we have tomorrow. And it's already coming down. Sorry to Micron. What is that ticker, Riley? W-R... No. R-I-L-Y. Uh-oh. I'm not even going to bother with SoFi. Okay. APP. Fat Cat Jackie. Bro. Heard movement and clicked 3 different present screens. Okay, Liam, I have no idea what that means, but okay. Eliza. Only trade rejections off a supply and demand. Okay, thank you there, Eliza. Or is that Alyssa? No, Eliza. Oh, Elias? Whatever. Fat Cat Jackie, APP. What the heck is APP, Fat Cat Jackie, APP? Okay, App Lovin' Cow. App Lovin'. Really? Is that related to McLovin? I don't know how many people even know who McLovin is. Here's the high, here's the low, she jumps up. That's a week and a half of down. Okay, it's going down. So why? Why are we looking at that one? I don't think we've come up with a decent one yet today. Shopify. Shopify hasn't been around for 20 years. That's going to be a no. Kava, Chipotle, no and no. Super bad. Yep, Mary June got it. Penny, good evening. Riley, we looked at Lumina wants to take a look at Macy's. Well, let's take a look at Macy's. We got to come up with one decent one. Nope, not even Macy's. Okay, here's your bottom, here's your high, 2 weeks coming down. Sorry, Macy's, but look at this. The bottom was yesterday. Today's higher. Higher high, higher low. That looks good for Monday. So I'm going to put Macy's down for Monday and see what it looks like. Okay, Mary June, we already looked at Texas Instruments. 10 cent, TCEHY. Really? Are you kidding me? TCEHY. Hell no. Daniel, good evening. Elliot, 3M, huh? I love 3M. Dividend King. Ooh, that's going to be a no. Reason it's going to be a no, take a look at this. Bottom's here, she shoots up, 1, 2, already pulling back. You got 125 to 155. That's a $30 movement. $30 movement on a 125 stock is over 20%. That's a 20% movement. Yeah, there's going to be profit taken. No matter how you look at it, it's going to be profit taken. Macy's is in a couple of days. Thank you. You just checked Macy's. Yes, I did. PLTR, Fat Cat Jackie. Do you realize that PLTR doesn't have dividends? I'm kind of curious. What do I think of UPS? Didn't we already look at UPS? UPS. Okay, look at that. Okay, bottom, top, coming down. No to UPS. Liam Jones, thank you for that. GME is the only play. I have no idea why you like GME. Okay, so let's go here. Put in GME here, GME. And let's see how wonderful this GME thing is. GameStop, $30. Oh, does that say there are no dividends in the selected time period? So why the hell are we looking at GME? It's a no. That's a no. Oh, Fat Cat Jackie, Advanced Auto Parts. We already looked at Advanced Auto Parts earlier. GME is 31. Cha-ching. Yep, good for you. Battle of the Plenner Fields Project. UPS, we already looked at that. Go into debt if you have to. BTE. What the heck is BTE? BTE. Baytex Energy? Yeah, no. Tickers, James, I think I'm selling my income rentals and putting money after capital gains into income. Okay. Mac wants to take a look at Exxon Mobil. XOM. Nope. Look at that. 2 weeks going down. Now, Exxon Mobil is going to be great next week. Look at it. Okay, 30-day high last week, 30-day low today. As soon as it finds the bottom, I'm jumping in because I love Exxon Mobil. I'm going to write that down for next week. And it's already written down for next week. It's like number 5 for next week. Hey, I don't think we looked at Advanced Auto Parts. Okay. Advanced Auto Parts. Holy shnikey. And now I have Advanced Auto Parts. That makes me a little uncomfortable. It does. Holy cow. Hold on a second. Let me go take a look at Advanced Auto Parts. It would be this one here. 39.80, right? 39.87. The 30 May. Which one did I sell? That's a good question. The 32s. Ouch. The 32, 4, 16. Ouch. That'd be 36, 16. I'm in huge risk on this one. Yep, look at that. That jumped up today. Well, we looked at it this morning. And it didn't look that bad this morning. All right, well, I'm going to have to deal with that thing first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning. All right, let's go back to there. All right, next. Thank you. Probably because you said, oh, that's right. Yeah, but why would they kick me off of one TikTok, but not the second TikTok? I don't know. Unruly, good evening. Haphazard. Where are you located? Planet Earth, third rock from the sun. Home Depot and Lowe's, where I looked at that one. That's TikTok for you. Yep. I swear this app is so sensitive. Yes, it is. How much time do you devote to investing daily? Me personally, for my own stuff, 10 or 15 minutes. Now, I do invest for other people, but I'm very picky on who I do it for. AAP, where I looked at that one. IONQ. Captain Obvious back again. IONQ, huh? IONQ. IONQ. Interesting. All right. IONQ. IONQ. La 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 la. Who asked for that one? Captain Obvious. Now, Captain Obvious, you've been here before. This is not your first time here. It's not even your second or third time here. You've been here before. Why would you ask me to look at a non-dividend stock? There's no dividends for IONQ. Why are we looking at that? BBAI has been in a money-making cycle since yesterday. Okay, I looked it up. It has one dividend. One. Not 1 decade, not 1 year, one. Only one. Okay, you've been here long enough. I said 2 decades. That's 20 years. Not one, 20 years. SWK. Isn't that Stanley Black & Decker, SWK? Let's find out. SWK, Stanley Black & Decker, is a no. Now, the reason why Stanley Black & Decker is a no, 20 June, 18 July, 17 October, 16 January. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. Questions. We looked at that one. Yes, I did. Yep, we need freedom of speech on apps. Yes, we do. And you know what? Truth Social does have freedom of speech, and so does Rumble. But you know what? I can't seem to get a foot in over there. Like I've been broadcasting on Rumble for 2 or 3 months. No followers at all. Truth Social, well, I can't get approved for video there. What did I do? All right, it wasn't me. All right, got that one. All right, where are we? SWK, we looked at that one. LONQ, no dividend. So why are we looking at it? SWK, okay. Heifercorn, we already looked at SWK. It's a no. Got it, thank you. CPB, ooh, Campbell Soup. CPB. Campbell Soups are good, good. That's what Campbell Soups are, good. What do you think of this? Look at this. Down, no. I'm going to wait for it to find a bottom. Now, I'm going to write Campbell Soup down for next week because as you can see, we're at the bottom of the year. So it's going to be easy to find a bottom when it's at the bottom of the year. Just turn around, go back up again. CPB. Alrighty. SWBI. All right. SWBI. What the heck is that? Smith & Wesson, really? No. Yep. Any mutual fund recommendation? Hell no. AAON. What the heck is AAON? AAON. It's a no is what it is. B2 gold. Nope, I don't do gold. Has no cash flow in gold. Hi, sir. I've been watching you for a couple of weeks. Very smart. So, quick question. You only sell weekly calls, correct? 7 days out, and you do this every Monday. Yeah, but that wasn't a question. That's a statement. You know, I got nothing against that. FLB. What the heck is FLB? FLB. No options. VTMX. No. DEA. No. Okay, now you're just throwing crap out there. I'm not going to entertain that crap. All right, we're at 11 o'clock. We got a half hour to go. So, do you think that the Japanese bond market will hurt the market? No. Okay? How many people do you know have Japanese bonds? Or are you talking about the Japanese selling our bonds? I don't know. All right, let's keep on looking. All right. I seem to be caught up with everything. I am. Ooh, average trader. NNE, that's NextEra. Dividend paying stocks, and it's in the recent low. Look, took a 12% dive today. Cool. Wampa, have you looked at MRK tonight? No, we have not. What are the top 5 dividend stocks for 2025? Okay, Daniel, I looked at TCEHY. It's a no. Okay, so we're looking at now NextEra, NEE. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong, NextEra is on my list. It is, NEE. It's on my list. But not this week. Look, here's your bottom here. Shoots up, pulls back, got a gap down here. It's not a new bottom, but it's getting close. Okay? I like 2 days to the upside. Well, this could be the bottom, and tomorrow will give us a better idea of, is it turning around, going back up again? I don't know. Daniel Neola. Well, thank you for that. I'm going to appreciate it. All righty. Guillermo. I only play around with penny stocks, but I've seen you here once or twice briefly. I like it. Will subscribe as I feel I'm ready for more serious investments. Okay. Now, there's nothing wrong with penny stocks, but the issue I found with penny, because I did penny stocks many moons ago. It was great at first. When you're getting in, it's awesome. But try getting out of a penny stock. The premium, see the what do you call it? The commission you pay going in is very small. But the commission you pay getting out is huge. At least that's the issue that I had. How much do you earn weekly? Ipsos. Oh, KDP. KDP. Why does that sound familiar? Okay, so Nipsos. How much do I earn weekly? Over 1%. Think about it, 1%. So if I have 50,000, 1% is 500. If I have 10,000, 1% is 100. If I have 1,000,000, 1% is 10,000. 1% is 1%. Now, I don't give numbers because it makes people uncomfortable. Okay? So if I say I made $30,000 this week, well, that means absolutely nothing unless you have the rest of the context. What did I start with? How long of a play was it? How risky was it? Those are all very important questions. When I say I make 1% a week, simple, safe, predictable, consistent. It was created for my 9-year-old daughter. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. No way for her to lose. The 5 rules were simple. Never buy something you don't understand. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company's consistently profitable. Weekly options only. And then make sure all the numbers work. What am I buying it for? What strike price am I selling? Is that over 1%? And can I be safe with it? Is the company consistently profitable? Well, NextEra Energy is. I like NextEra Energy. But I'm going to be waiting for the bottom because she dropped. The high was a couple of days ago, and then she just dropped. Why? Well, if I like NextEra Energy, I'm going to want to find out why this big drop. After I find that out, Bert, exactly my problem so far. Okay, now, Bert, don't take this the wrong way, but I used to have 7 conversations going on, but now I only have 6 because I got booted off of TikTok over there, which is kind of strange, you know? Uh-huh. 52% a year is amazing. Well, yeah, it's comfortable. All right, so let's keep on keeping on. We're at 11 o'clock. We got a half hour left to go. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to not answer any more questions tonight, and we're just going to look at some good stocks we had come up for consideration next week, and let's see what they look like. Okay? Fang, no. Fang is not old enough, has not been around long enough. F-A-N-G. Okay, 136, and it's going down, and F-A-N-G. Alrighty. Fang, Diamondback Energy. Okay. Maximum amount of dividends. Look at those numbers. Look at that. It only goes to 2018. Now, when I say 2 decades, now, did they stop teaching decades in school? Because when I went to school, a decade was 10 years. So 2 decades would be 20 years. Well, this thing only started paying dividends in 2018. That's not 20 years. That's not even 10 years. So why are we looking at it? Been a minute ago. Amount of cost for transaction. The amount of cost per transaction. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that means, but all right. James got calm banned. Yes, I did. No dividend, but can you check HYLN? No. No dividends. Why are we even bothering? Do you only trade weekly options or long-term options, and why? Okay, I only trade weekly options because I'm 61 years old and I need weekly cash flow. Weekly cash flow. And the only way you're going to get weekly cash flow is by trading something that trades on a weekly basis. Well, it's right in the name, weekly options. So yeah, I only trade weekly options. Every once in a while, I'll do a calendar spread or a credit spread or something like that. What time frame do you use for charts? I use the 1 year, the 90-day, the 30-day, and then the seasonality. 4 charts. Are my Bill Gates? No. Why not 1 decade or 3 decades? Why 2 decades? Okay, interesting question. Now, here's a question for you. All right, there's over 10,000 different companies available that you can invest in. Okay, now, you could invest in companies that have 10 years worth of dividend increases. But there's so many of those, it's just too much effort for me. 20 years, well, there's a nice amount of those, so at 300. Well, that's easy, 300, because there's 260, I think there's 262 trading days a year. 4 quarters. Every 90 days, the company pays a dividend. Every 90 days. So in a quarter, okay, January, February, March, quarter 1. April, May, June, quarter 2. August, September, quarter 3. October, November, December, quarter. First quarter looks exactly like the second quarter, which looks exactly like the third quarter, which looks exactly like the fourth quarter. So all 4 of them are the same. They all have 13 weeks. Okay, out of those 13 weeks, well, you have 22, 44, about 66 trading days. So each quarter has about 66 trading days. So if I'm looking at 300 stocks, that's 5 stocks per day. 5 per day. So I've got to choose 1 or 2 per week because I don't rotate my stocks every single week. I think it's happened to me like 2 or 3 times where everything was in the money and everything went to cash on Monday. Yeah, that happened like 2 or 3 times. That's about it. But for the most part, I usually have to take a stock and roll it into the next week. And then when I sell it off, then I buy something new. But it's always the same stocks over and over and over again because certain stocks do the same things every single year. Well, if I'm making 1 or 2% on a stock every single week, why would I get rid of it? If you take a look at all my trades from 2024 and 2025, you'll see companies like Kohl's, Macy's, US Steel, Home Depot. If you go all the way back 4 or 5 years ago, well, you'll see the exact same stocks because most of the companies I trade are over 50 years old, which means they've seen a lot of crap that the US economy has thrown at them. Okay, so they're consistently profitable, so why not keep buying them? That's my question. If a company's consistently profitable, why not keep buying them? I mean, doesn't that make sense? Okay, what is this question? We got a question right here. I'm 52. That's why I'm feeling very good about your show. I do not like this younger generation of degenerates. I need hard-nosed, experienced maturity. I'm not quite sure if I should take that as a compliment or not. But I've had conversations with the younger generations, and I walk away scratching my head. I'm thinking, damn, somebody needs to go back and slap that kid's mama. Seriously, think about it. What did your parents teach you? That's what I want to say to the millennials and the Gen Zs and the new ones. What the hell did your parents teach you? Anyway, okay, I appreciate that, Guillermo. Pengu. What the heck is that? Pengu. Pengu. Penguin Solutions. Well, we can't find that symbol. Guess it's a no. Fat Cat Jackie, great explanation. You know, the funny thing is, I forget what I was explaining. See, don't get old. It's not as glamorous as people make it sound. Okay, you'll get to a certain point. It's like, what did I just say? I had a conversation with my mother today. My mother's in her 80s. Says, Ma, don't you remember? Okay, don't you remember JC coming over the other day? I said, no, I don't remember that. I said, Ma, it was just 2 days ago. I said, Ma, don't you remember that? She doesn't remember. I feel bad. She's starting to forget things. Give me a pet kitty. Okay. Okay, 3A Ghost. Ford. I like Ford. Let's do Ford. Yep, we knew it was coming. Did you see that? It should take you 3 to 4 seconds to quickly, dissect or diagnose a stock. 3 to 4 seconds. You ready? High, low, is, up, down, sideways. Simple. Stop making it so complicated. It's, look, up, down, sideways, down, up. Yeah, same thing. But look at right here. What's happening? Now, we've seen Ford go up 6 weeks in a row. And we're looking and say, hey, this is going to pull back eventually. Well, it did now. Okay, here's our bottom right here. Here's our bottom. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 weeks up. And then yesterday and today, it started pulling back. Well, great. I'll put Ford down for 2 weeks from today. Okay, so we're going to write Ford down for 2 weeks. Let that thing take its profits, and then we'll take a look at Ford. All right. Bert, sorry. Not quite sure what you're sorry for, but all right. What time frame you used? I did that one for charts. Did that one too. Look at that. I'm caught up with all the questions. All the questions are caught up. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, so that being said, let's go take a look at my list and some of the stuff you guys want to take a look at tonight. Apple. We haven't looked at Apple yet, so let's take a look at Apple. AAPL. Here's Johnny. Oh, hell no. Wasn't that quick? Okay, here's the bottom here. Okay, here's your bottom. Jumps up, pulls back, jumps up, pulls back. Until it turns around and starts going back up again, we're just going to sit and watch. That's about it. Okay, next on the list. Mara. Ooh, I like Mara. I actually own some Mara. I do. M-A-R-A. Ooh, look at that. Okay, high, low is, look at this. Okay, up, down, up, down, up. What's going on here? Let's zoom into this, take a closer look at that. Okay, here's the bottom here. Okay, here's the bottom. Here's the top. Today is the high of the 30-day period for Mara. And yes, I do own some of these. Uh-huh. 3A Ghost, you're on. I have no idea what that means, but okay. What do I think about Ross Cameron? No idea who he is. KSPI, never heard of it. Oh, my thoughts of Visa. Love Visa. Let's take a look at Visa. Oh, I don't really love it today. Now, do I? Look at this. Here's your bottom, 300, jumps up to 370. That's a $70 increase on a $300 stock. So that's 25% from here to here. That's a big move. Okay? The high was Monday. Tuesday was lower. Wednesday was lower. Today was lower. Why would I want to jump into it now? I wouldn't. I'm going to give it 2 weeks and look at it again. Maybe 3 weeks. But 3 weeks is kind of far away. Let's give it 2, take a look at it. Johnson & Johnson. Now, I usually don't do Johnson & Johnson because the premiums really aren't that great. Okay? 152, the 153 doesn't even have a 153. But look at this. The 152s are going for 114. No. The premiums for Johnson & Johnson, I think I bought Johnson & Johnson once in 20 years. Because the premiums, it doesn't equal 1%. Now, I love the company, I do. They've been around for over 100 years. They are a dividend king. They have consistently increased their profits. But I don't like under 1%. That's why it doesn't work for me. Sorry. Oh, 38 Ghost wants to take a look at General Motors. Missed it again. Here's your bottom. She shoots up. Now she's coming down. General Motors. Nope. No Life, that's tough. Why are you mirrored, by the way? The reason I am mirrored, by the way, okay, I got 7 cameras going. Okay? Out of the 7 cameras going, only 2 allow me to reverse it. This is not one of them. There's your answer. Okay, I'm going to just call you Harry. We already looked at Apple a few minutes ago. No Life, that's tough. Why are you married, by the way? Okay, I already asked that question. Have you ever tried intraday trading futures? I did many, many decades ago. Kind of hard to view backwards. No, actually it's not. Because no matter how you look at it, if I take my little finger and go like this, here's it was, it falls down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, and it goes back down again. Okay. Here's where it was, down, up, down, up. Okay, it's not that difficult. Rolls-Royce had a good outlook a few months ago. For being Rolls-Royce, the buy-in was not so bad. Okay. Need coffee? I don't drink coffee. Isn't that weird? I'm Army Man. Well, I was Army Man many, many decades ago. How many positions do you have open at one time? Patrick. Uh-oh. Patrick wants to take a look at Nvidia. I don't like Nvidia because the numbers are absolutely horrible in my humble opinion. Okay? Now, what do I mean by the numbers are absolutely horrible in my opinion on Nvidia? NVDA. You ready? Here we go. Nvidia. Now, Nvidia Corporation, $132 per share. Okay, well, let's take a look. How wonderful the dividends are for Nvidia. Are you ready? 1 penny, 1 penny, 1 penny, 1 penny. 4 1/100ths of a penny. 4 1/100ths of a penny. How can you possibly think that 1 penny dividend on a $130 stock is a good idea? But wait, it actually gets worse. It really does. Hold that thought. What we're going to do next is we're going to come over to the summary and take a look at a little bit more detailed information on the wonderful world of Nvidia. Okay, give it a second. Let it populate. Let's go. Here we go. Now, come on down. Come on down. Okay, take a look at this right here. Earnings date, May 28th. That's at the end of the month. Cool. Look at this right here. Forward dividend and yield. The dividend is 4 cents. The yield, are you ready for this? The yield, 0.03. 0.03. That's 3 1/100ths of a percent. Okay, you ever hear of the rule of 72? Do you realize that at 0.03%, your ancestors won't even be able to double the money by that? So this is strictly speculation. Strictly speculation. No growth there whatsoever, especially not with these numbers. Okay, but hold on. Believe it or not, it gets worse. Really does. So now we've looked at the historical data and we see how wonderful the dividends are with Nvidia. We looked at the dividend and the yield right here. Okay, 4 cent dividend, 0.03 yield. Okay. Now let's take a look at the statistics to find out a little bit more about this company. Okay, profit margin, 55%. Ooh, that's nice. Return on assets, 57%. That's nice too. Revenue per share, $5.31. $5.31 revenue per share. I don't know, is that good or bad? Okay. What is the diluted earnings per share? $2.94. Hold on, it gets worse. Total cash per share, $1.77. Book value per share, $3.24. Do you have any idea what book value means? Book value means if the Supreme Court comes in and says, hey, you need to divest and pay back all your investors. Guess what you're getting for your $132? You're getting $3.24 per share. That's what book value means. Everything the company owns, owes, or is in their little black book. You know what the black book is? Profits, earnings. They call that what? Balance statement. Okay? $3.24. How can you possibly think that's good? Seriously, think about it. You want to see something better? Take a look at this. Hold on. It's going to pop up in a second. Take a look at this one. Revenue per share, $175 per share. Revenue. Money coming in, $175 per share. Let's slide down a little bit more. Book value, $66.64. That's the book value. Well, how much does the stock cost? Well, the stock cost $49. You're paying $49 for a stock on a company that's worth $66 per share. But no, you like Nvidia, $132 with a book value of $3. Do you even check the numbers before you buy something? That's my question for you. I forget who it was who liked Nvidia. Who was that? I can't even figure it out. PLTR isn't any better. PLTR has no dividends. That's a no, right from the beginning. Ship. It's just shy of 20 years. Ship. SHIP. Well, let's find out what ship is all about, because your ship has come in. All right, let's go back and take a look at historical data to see how wonderful this company has increasing its dividends to its shareholders. Well, let's find out. Okay, historical prices, dividends only. I can say no right now just by taking a look. Maximum amount. Okay, got a minor problem with SHIP. I don't know who said this one. Oh, 10.5% dividend. Yeah, well, look at the numbers. 08, that can't be right. $12,000 in dividends, that can't be right in 08. And then 8,400 dividends in 08. Well, look at 22, 5 cents, 50 cents. Then they cut it in half. And then they cut it by 90% or 99%. 90%. Yeah, no. No, no, double hell no. Why Mera public for only live years, negative earnings, and no dividends? Well, here's the thing, Robert. I trade for other people. And when somebody says, hey, I like Mera, buy it for me. There's your answer. Okay? Okay, GD wants to look at CVX. Chevron, CVX. CVX, here's the bottom, shoots up, pulls back. Here we are right now looking for a new bottom of CVX. So we're going to put that one down for next week. CVX, Chevron. All right. Crazy man, what is that? CVX is Chevron. Permits are required, and the big deal in Louisiana is full steam ahead. Okay, Johnny Dill, what are we talking about? I'm looking back at the past questions, Johnny. I don't see anything. Money Mike, 2124. Thank you there, Johnny Mike. Permits are required, and the big deal. Okay. Again, Johnny Dill, I have no idea what we're talking about. What's happening with Box Lab? No idea. Gail, good evening. A little late to the game. We're almost ready to leave for the night, Gail, but thank you for coming. Big deal in the works. Shut down for permits. Now Trump got the permits and steamrolling ahead. For Chevron, I'm assuming. Good evening, Reds Italy. Cool beans. Robert, yep, did that one. MS, Morgan Stanley. Patrick wants to take a look at Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley is a no. Okay, take a look. Here's your bottom right here. About a month ago, shoots up, pulls back. Think about it right here. 95 to 135. 95 to 135 is a $40 increase. 95. $45 increase. That is almost a 50% increase from here to here. 50%. Don't you think people should be taking their profits at a 50% increase? I think so. Wampa wants to take a look at Merck, MRK. Now, I bought some Merck the other day. A little unhappy about it because it went up, it went down. Well, I got me some Merck. Hold on. Hold tight. Elber Gonzalez. What about XRP? XRP is not a dividend stock. That's better interest in the bank. Johnny Dill, you're new here. Okay, I get 1% a week, Johnny Dill. 1% a week comes to over 50% per year. So for me, it's not better than interest in the bank. Sorry. Okay, and Elber, XRP is not a dividend stock. You're new, okay. Coin, nope, I don't do coins. I did invest in Pepe Crypt. It was a nice move. Okay, thank you. Ayo, check Serpta. Yeah, no. Lowe Tech, L-O-T. Lotus Tech, never heard of them. BMS, never heard of it. Okay, L-O-T. Well, let's take a look at Merck. Because look, Merck looks cool. Take a look. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, now she's bouncing off the bottom. The bottom of the year is right there a couple of days ago. You're going to make the most money ever buying low and selling high. Well, that's what you heard. Buy low, sell high. When have you ever heard somebody say, hey, the stock is at the high of the year. Let's buy it and wait for it to go higher. When have you ever heard that? I've never heard of it. But I've always heard buy low and sell high. Well, you cannot get any lower than the low of the year. Now, I don't look for the bottoms. Okay, as it hits the bottom, I wait for it to bounce up because they all do it. They go down and then they go back up again. Look at it. Okay, down, up, down, up. Let's zoom in a little bit closer so you get a better idea. Okay, check it out. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. What do you think it's going to do next? Well, it's going to go up because that's all stocks do. They go up, they go down, that's it, and that's all. Cisco, Bristol Myers Squibb, BMS. What is BMS? Crazy Man wants to take a look at BMS. Wait a second. Merck. Wait a minute. Merck actually looked pretty good. We haven't done a single covered call at all today. None. Look at this. Okay. High, low. It jumped up 2 days back. No. Not a single one looked good tonight. Nothing. Okay, so Crazy Man wants to take a look at Bristol Myers Squibb, BMY. Ooh, what's going on there? Okay, high, low is. Look at this. Sideways, up, down, up. What's going on here? 47.32, the 47.50s, 60 cents. That looks great. Let's take a look at Bristol Myers Squibb just for the fun of it. Let's get this out of here. We're going to do a 47. 47. Here we go. Only one for the evening. 47. There it is right there. One contract of Bristol Myers Squibb looks a little bit like this. Are you ready? Here's Johnny. Buy one covered call Bristol Myers Squibb 100 weeklies, 30 May 25. Well, that means this option is going to expire next Friday. The $47 call option against the stock at the market to open to open. Now, the reason it says to open, because we're opening two trades. We're opening up a stock trade. We're buying the stock as soon as the market opens. And then we're turning around and we're selling an option. That's the second trade. Well, now remember when I said I wanted simple. Well, a covered call is one of the simplest, safest trading strategies there is. The simplest strategy is just to buy a stock. But there's no profitability in buying a stock until you sell it. Well, a covered call already has the profit built in. Isn't that weird? I already know what I'm going to make before I even before I even walk away from the computer. Okay, I put it in, and in 2 or 3 seconds, the order fills. I've already made my profit. Isn't that weird? Well, let's take a look at it. Buy one covered call, Bristol Myers Squibb. So whatever it opens up in the morning, that's what I'm buying it for. Okay? 30 May 25, the $47 call option. Well, remember, simple, safe, one of the safest trading strat. As a matter of fact, it is so safe, you are allowed to do covered calls in your retirement account. Most retirement accounts don't allow you to do options, but they will allow a covered call. Safe, simple, predictable. I already know what I'm making. Maximum profit, $82.50 per contract. One contract, $82.50. 2 contracts, $82.50 times 2. 5 contracts, $82.50 times 5. What is it costing me? Well, each contract is costing me, cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $4,600. So let's grab out the calculator and see how profitable this trade could be. If, and only if, you like Bristol Myers Squibb. Well, they've been around for over 100 years. They have increased their dividends for more than 5 decades. They are a dividend king. So let's check it out. Calculator, here we go. Profit, $82.50. $82.50, and then we divide that by our investment. Cost of the trade plus commissions and fees, $46.18. Well, let's check that out. Okay, divided by $46.18 gives me a rate of return for 1 week, 1.78%. Okay, now I'm looking for 1% a week. Okay, am I willing to take 1.8? Oh, hell yeah, I am. Just remember, 1% a week is over 50% per year. Now, the trades are supposed to be simple, safe, consistent, predictable, and no way to lose if you do it right. Okay? It was created for a 9-year-old. Okay? Now, that being said, we're going to call it a day. Hershey should go up. 7-8 extra game, there you go. One time, $100 free tax-free retirement. Okay. Papa Louse, good evening. Haven't seen you in a while. Simple unless you hit the wrong button. Absolutely true. Most new people, most new traders lose most of their money at the beginning by hitting the wrong button. Club Med Tom, haven't seen you or heard from you in a while. Now, for those of you in the morning trading group, we'll be jumping in live at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, just before the market opens. I'm jumping in first thing in the morning because I got to take care of that advanced auto parts that jumped up like that. All right. Bro, check SRPT. You'll thank me later. You know what? You want to put money on it, brother? I'll put money on it right now. I can guarantee, no, I'm not going to guarantee because I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty damn sure SRPT is going to be a no. I have simple rules. Rule number 1, consistency of profitability. Does this company have 20 years of profits? Number 1. Number 2, does it have weekly options? Okay, now the reason I ask is I've never heard of it. And I've been doing this long enough to say, hey, if you're right and I'm wrong, well, I'll buy you a hoodsie. I bet you don't even know what that comes from. Let's get out of that. And let's get out of this. And let's go here. And let's see. SRPT. Never heard of it. SRPT. I'll be thanking you later. 3879. Therpa Therapeutics. SRPT. SRPT. There are no dividends in the time period selected. So I'm going to thank you for wasting my time. So you're right. I'm wrong. Okay? You'll thank me later. Here's me thanking you. Thank you for wasting my time. Dividend Stock Talk. The word's right in the front. Dividend Stock Talk. Or dividend investing for weekly cash flow. The name dividend is right there. Yet you give me a stock that has no dividends and you think I'm going to be thanking you. Well, here I am thanking you. Thank you. Have a lovely day. So, it's past 11:30. I'll see some of you guys tomorrow. The rest of you guys I'll see the next time I'm on, which most likely going to be Sunday night. So you guys have a great day. The shift in purchasing of goods should shift the stocks to the Philippine companies and Indian companies. Some Afghan stocks should be climbing soon too. Thank you, Johnny. National lumber was a quarter 1 day 175 a few days ago. Not quite sure what that means. Christopher, you have a nice night. How does a company go bankrupt and understocks go crazy? No idea what you're talking about, but okay. Is the play for AAP tomorrow? I don't know. I have to see what the market opens up at. Ooh, Lumina wants to take a look at U.S. Steel. No, I'm done for the night. So you guys have a great night. I want to answer the rest of these questions. Luach, thank you. Hi. Look at Datadog. Yeah, no. PAAS, Pan American Silver. Nope. Can you explain your strategy for newbies and why is dividend so important? Oh boy, no life. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, now I invest in dividend stocks, specifically those stocks that have consistently increased their profits for more than 20 decades, for 2 decades, 20 years. The reason being is because stocks who have a dividend that are consistently profitable have a tendency to go increase in value just before the dividend is paid out. So if I jump into a dividend stock just before the EX dividend date has a stock going up, it allows me to get into a position that is simple, safe, predictable, consistent, which is the covered call. The covered call is the safest trading strategy where you don't need to do anything. If the stock goes up, I make my money. Great. If the stock stays the exact same, I make my money. Great. If the stock comes down even a little bit, I'm still profitable. Number one, never buy a stock that's not consistently profitable. That's number one. Number two, never sell at a loss. It doesn't feed the purpose. Number three, make sure the company's consistently profitable. I like 2 decades of profits. Number four, weekly options only. The only way you're going to get weekly cash flow is a company that trades on a weekly basis. An option trades on a weekly basis. Other than that, you're going to have to sit in front of the computer all day. How was that? Is that good? All right. Anyway, I'm new. Nothing wrong with being new. Everyone is new at one point. Riley looks good for next week. Stocks are like the pulse of a company. Kind of yes, kind of no. Not quite sure what you're going with there, but it is what it is. Do you live stream? Every day. I'm going to have to check into that one. So you guys have a great day. You have a great day here. Catch you guys later. End meeting. And for you guys here on YouTube, have a lovely day. And there. And you guys here over on Instagram, have a great day. There you go. And you guys, does the lottery sow stocks? I have no idea. Bought call instead of sell. Oh, I hate when that happens. That happens once in a while. All right, let's go over this way. Come on. There we go. And there. And come on. And now the end is near. And so I phase. What's the purpose of elevated flow in context of the parameter degrees of return on investment? It's an interesting question. You only do dividend stocks? Absolutely. How about cocoa? Never heard of it. Buy low, buy high, sell low? Absolutely. Castle Hefe. Bro, mirror your screen. Everything is backwards. Yeah, thank you. Ellis County Audits. Can you slow down? I'm not understanding why the bottom trend to bounce up, specifically when you are creating a microcosm of specific tendencies within the framework. Wow, that's a mouthful. What's the purpose of calculating the projected return on investment when most variables are limited in their capacity to predict outcomes in the open market? Well, Alice, you're relatively new at this. Now, the reason why I do what I do is because it's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, it's consistent. It's been doing the exact same thing for the past 15 years. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Stock market has been around for over 400 years. Stock options have been around since the 1970s. That's over 50 years. It's not going anywhere. How would you do that strategy on Robinhood? Ooh, basically the exact same way. You buy a stock and you sell the option. Now you can do it as one, or you can do it separately. Now with Robinhood, I do it separately because Robinhood's a little fickle. Can you start all over? Benny, we can start all over Sunday night. Start from the beginning. Yep, Sunday night. Go back. Absolutely. Start over. That's a lot of money. Back up. Slow down. Huh? 80. Investor rates wrong. How many weeks? That's nothing. Huh? Start over. Try harder next time. What do you think the best time to buy gold is? Redo it. Start over. Redo it. Buy up. How much can I invest today? Can you do the presentation over again, please? Redo, start over. You do realize it's being recorded on YouTube. Okay, YouTube is being recorded. So when I'm done here, I press the X button, then you can go back and watch it all over again. What time PST? Pacific Standard Time. No, I'm on the Eastern Shoreboard. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Help us! How old did you start trading? About 25 years ago. How about GameStop? How about no? Okay, so Benny, when I say dividend stocks, dividend investing for weekly cash flow, well, dividend means you got to have a dividend. GameStop doesn't have one. How old did I start? What's a good age to start? Any age over the age of 18. Pre-recorded? Absolutely not pre-recorded. He's reading messages off a TikTok. Absolutely. Well, I got TikTok off to my left, and I got a TikTok to my right. Sorry, I don't have TikTok. Well, you probably should. How old can I start? At least 18. Does he have a fake eye or lazy eye? No, diabolic. I got stuck with a nail in my eye. I got a nail in my eye, so I don't really see out of that eye anymore. But thank you for making me feel better about it. In your opinion, is the best stock to buy today? XRP to the moon. Yeah, no. I don't do XRP because it doesn't have any dividends. Okay, so that being said, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.